This is Darth Vader Unlimited. Give yourself to the dark side of the Force. The Mandalorian and Grogu. I, Lord Vader, Supreme Commander of Imperial Forces, did you a favor. I saw this movie, so you wouldn't have to. I have next to no expectations for this project because of the two trailers, and it was a disappointment because Mando, as he's called, and Grogu started with a bang in 2019. Around the same time, the third movie of the sequel trilogy, The Rise of Skywalker, dropped. Yet, I heard nothing positive about The Rise of Skywalker. On the other hand, I heard nothing negative about the first season of The Mandalorian. You know that you've really crossed over and people can quote you. He had two catchphrases. I can bring you in warm, or I can bring you in cold. And the more celebrated phrase, this is the way. 4 simple words. Now, if I was to compare this to The Rise of Skywalker, which was available for public consumption, I don't remember anyone quoting a single line from The Rise of Skywalker. Nothing. Not even something short and brief like, do it. Or, unlimited pop. Nothing from The Rise of Skywalker. Now, throw in this little fun fact. There is an Ugnaught introduced in the first episode of the first season of The Mandalorian named Wheel. Now, you will recognize an Ugnaught from The Empire Strikes Back in the greatest Star Wars scene ever, the carbon freezing chamber scene. You see these little Ugnaughts running around with their little lunch pails and whatever else, while Darth Vader himself is watching Han Solo be dipped into the carbon freezing chamber mechanism. This Ugnaught has a name, Queel, and he also is the speaker of another very popular phrase, I have spoken. Great stuff. And at the end of the episode, Mando finds his target because he's a bounty hunter. The target is a baby Yoda. Now, Yoda's a mysterious being altogether. I don't know what the name of this species is. I don't know what planet this species originates from. I just know they're very powerful with the Force. And the world was set ablaze by the appearance of this baby. A 50-year-old baby, mind you. Grown men were flocking to Target and other department stores to purchase a baby doll of the child. It was not called Grogu. It was not marketed as Baby Yoda. It said on the label, the child. Grown men were seen in public caring for this baby doll. And no one looked at them funny either. That's the impact of a powerful character. Now, in the season finale of season 2, a legacy character returns to the fray. Grown men were crying real tears on social media. They were so elated. And if they didn't get themselves teared up enough, they were crying afterwards when Grogu and Mando parted ways. This is the power that the Mandalorian and Grogu possess. They captured our hearts. Even my black Sith heart was captured. And it's not easy to do. Enter the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. The magic of the first 2 seasons of The Mandalorian, absent. Stakes, absent. Significance to the Star Wars lore, to the lore of the Mandalorian himself and Grogu, absent. None. Mando does stuff, Grogu does stuff, which has no long-lasting effects on Mando or Grogu. They begin the movie one way, they end the movie the same way they began. There are trials here and there, of course, but there are no stakes, there's only nostalgic stupidity. I will give you examples, because I don't want this video to go too long. And it is a semi-spoiler. Mando is taking his orders from Sigourney Weaver, the Colonel. What is her name? I don't know. The first mate of Mando in the new Razor Crest, in the new Razor Crest that he has, and the U-Wing that picks him up earlier, a big purple furry creature that you could only know from Star Wars Rebels had you watched it. What's his name if I didn't watch Star Wars Rebels? I don't know. So Colonel Weaver, since she has no name, only a title, directs Mando to Nal Hutta for information from the Hutt twins. What are their names? I don't know. Him and her, because they are referred to as an aunt and uncle, but Hutts are a hermaphroditic species, which means they can change genders when necessary. So him and her is actually irrelevant, because both of them could be a her, both of them could be a him. What are their names? The twins dispatch a bounty hunter to capture Mando and to bring him back to Nal Hutta. Now, I know what the bounty hunter's name is because I watched the Clone Wars. This bounty hunter had a back and forth with Anakin Skywalker, of all people. So I know his name from the Clone Wars. Based on this movie, what is the bounty hunter's name? I don't know. But he's supposed to be important. He's bringing a threat to our primary heroes, Mandalorian and Grogu. So Colonel Weaver is giving our primary heroes his marching orders. The Hutt twins are important to the plot of the movie because it's written in the script. I don't know their names, but I'm supposed to be able to ascertain what their names are from little tidbits around the Star Wars Disney universe and put it together into this movie. There are no stakes in this movie, only nostalgic stupidity. Now, the first mate of Mando is named Zeb Orrelius. I know that from Star Wars Rebels. The bounty hunter who came after Mando at his homestead on Navarro, his name is Embo. Other than that, I don't know what the country Bama Gator's name is that was in the swamp of Nal Hutta, sitting in a rocking chair, collecting fish and hitting tadpoles with a slingshot. I don't know his name. But he saved Grogu. Many characters, no name. There is a 4-armed short-order chimpanzee voiced by the legendary Martin Scorsese. He supplies information to Mando. What is his name? I don't know. He doesn't have a name. One of the primary elements of this movie is Rata the Hutt. Rata was first seen in The Clone Wars, the movie The Clone Wars, with the computer-generated animation. That's how I know who he is. But since you didn't watch that, Rada himself says at least a dozen times, I'm the son of Jabba the Hutt, but I want to be my own man. They booed me in the gladiatorial arena because I was the son of Jabba the Hutt. I don't want to be like my father, Jabba the Hutt. So Jabba the Hutt is thrown in front of your face. I know Rada the Hutt's name. There's an individual that's supposed to be important to the plot called Lord Janu. Rada the Hutt tells us his name is Janu Coin. Janu Coin. Watching this movie, they show the actor credits before the movie, which has never been done in a Star Wars movie before. I'm watching the names as they appear. I see Steve Blum, who voices Zeb Orrelios. I see the legendary Martin Scorsese. I see Sigourney Weaver. And I see another name. Janu Coin, this Imperial ex-warlord or whatever, is played by an actor. Listen to this. The actor playing Janu Coin is named Johnny Coin. You heard me? I'll say it again. The actor playing Janu Coin is named Johnny Coin. One more time for the Holy Ghost. The actor who portrays Janu Coin is named Johnny Coin. Talk about scraping the bottom of the barrel, low-hanging fruit. This character that is important to the plot looks like a Bond villain, looks like a diminutive Down syndrome Wilson Fisk that does not belong in the Star Wars universe. This is the movie we get after the legacy that has been built up by the Mandalorian and Grogu for 7 years. We did not even know or learn Grogu's name until Season 2, Episode 5, The Jedi. Grogu can't even talk yet. But we were just so invested in the safety of this child because there were stakes in Seasons 1 and 2 of The Mandalorian. No stakes in this movie. This is a problem. This is a gross, disproportionate representation of two Star Wars characters that we appreciate and are invested in. This is not the way. This is not how you do The Mandalorian and Grogu. This movie should have never happened. Is it all bad? No, but it's mostly bad. The best sequence in this movie is Grogu helping the Mandalorian convalesce. Think about that. In a Star Wars movie with a big-sized budget, with special effects that are supposed to dazzle audiences like it's been doing for nearly 50 years, the best sequence in the movie, hands down, is Grogu, a puppet, building a mud igloo, going to the country Bama Gator's house to steal fish to feed his father. Remember, they are a clan of two. To feed his unconscious father who has been poisoned by a dragon snake. This is the best sequence in a Star Wars movie. Grogu feeding and looking after the Mandalorian. What am I watching? Why did I watch this movie? Because of that sequence alone, this movie does not get an F from me. It was too well done. They have the puppet acting in a subtle way that conveys his sense of urgency. How do you do that with a puppet? By caring about what you're writing about. Too bad it didn't extend to the plot or the other supplemental no-name characters all throughout this movie. But we get what we came for with Mando and Grogu. As far as I'm concerned, this movie does them no disjustice. They are the same. They are who they are. But that's the problem. This movie took no risks, did not push the boundaries of who they are, and to bring them further along. This movie gets a D+ from Darth Vader Unlimited. A D+. And that does not stand for Disney Plus. It means D+. A nearly failing grade for a Star Wars movie in 2026. Unimpressed. Unimpressed. Give yourself to the dark side.